Love the Eagles as much as we do? Then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. Greetings, my friends and fellow fans. Today's video is absolutely packed with updates, so make sure you're tuned in because you won't want to miss a second. Right now, we're diving deep into the list of undrafted free agents who have just joined the team following the 2025 NFL Draft. It's an exciting time, and if you happen to miss it, last night I dropped a full breakdown of the team's draft picks and my personal take on how the front office handled everything. That video is already up and gaining a lot of traction, so definitely check it out after you finish here. I did a thorough analysis of the entire draft class and explained what each new addition could potentially bring to our squad, so trust me, it's worth the watch. To quickly recap the highlights, our team made some strong moves. They pulled off a trade to bring in Alabama linebacker Jihad Campbell. I really like his versatility. I can easily see him being used in multiple roles, maybe even lining up as a pass rusher when needed. Campbell himself mentioned that he models his game after Zach Bowen, a player who was a third-round pick and who blossomed into an all-pro caliber talent last year. Campbell has that same kind of upside, maybe even more. Then there's Andrew Mukuba, a safety from Texas, taken with the 64th overall pick. Mukuba has that knack for making plays all over the field, and honestly, his range and instincts remind me a lot of some very well-known safeties currently dominating the league. Ty Robinson also stands out, a massive defensive lineman from Nebraska, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighing nearly 290 pounds. The guy managed to run the 40-yard dash in under 4.9 seconds, which is just ridiculous for someone his size. He's already made a major impact at Nebraska, and now he's looking to translate that to the next level. MC Williams is another interesting pick. He's a cornerback known for his speed, though injuries have been a bit of an issue for him. If I had to single out one pick that maybe didn't blow me away, it might be Williams, but he's still a solid addition for depth at cornerback, especially in the slot trying to fill the void left by some key departures. Then there's Smile Mondon, a linebacker out of Georgia. Despite battling injuries in college, Mondon brings size, speed, and upside, particularly on special teams, where he could carve out an immediate role while developing further at linebacker. Moving to the offensive side, Drew Kendall, an offensive lineman from Boston College, was a fantastic pick. His father played in the NFL, so he comes from good stock. Kendall was named first team all-conference and has the mobility and toughness you love to see, especially when blocking in space. Building up the offensive line was clearly a priority this year. Kyle McCord also came aboard, one of the top quarterback prospects of this class. He could potentially be QB2 or QB3, but I wouldn't be surprised if he pushes Dorian Thompson-Robinson for that second spot on the depth chart. And Tanner McKee, who is already considered one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL, might eventually move on for a starting opportunity somewhere else, leaving the door wide open for McCord. The line again, we have Miles Hinton, an offensive tackle from Michigan, taken in the 6th round. Another name to watch is Cameron Williams, who could be a real hidden gem if he continues to develop. He's a huge, athletic, offensive lineman who, despite some penalties and limited experience, has first-round athletic traits. If he puts it all together, he's going to turn a lot of heads. Switching back to defense, we added Antoine Powell-Ryland, who started at Florida before transferring to Virginia Tech. He's a highly productive pass rusher with good sack numbers over the past couple of seasons. Even though his arm length and wingspan are a bit below average, his production speaks for itself, and that's what really matters. Our defensive line group is loaded with young talent now, especially at the edge position, and that brings us to today's main focus, the undrafted free agents. These guys may not have heard their names called during the draft, but don't sleep on them. Some real contributors can come out of this group. First up, Taylor Morin, a wide receiver and punt returner from Wake Forest. This guy had a stellar college career and is one of the most productive players in the history of the Demon Deacons program. He's an experienced player, a redshirt senior from Virginia, standing at 5 feet 10 inches and weighing 186 pounds. In 2024, he caught 64 passes for 756 yards and 2 touchdowns. Over his career, he racked up close to 3,000 receiving yards. As a punt returner, Moran averaged 10.6 yards per return throughout his college career, and in 2024, he upped that to an impressive 17 yards per return over 14 attempts. His athletic profile fits what our front office likes. He scored an 8.96 in the pre-draft athletic testing. While he's on the smaller side, his quickness is top-notch. His 40-yard dash time was under 4.5 seconds. And he really excelled in the agility drills like the short shuttle and the three-cone. Looking at his production year by year, he posted strong numbers across the board. In 2023, he had 41 catches for 617 yards, averaging 15 yards per catch with 2 touchdowns. In 2022, he had 47 catches for 575 yards and 9 touchdowns, showing a nose for the end zone. Even back in 2020 and 2021, he was consistently finding ways to make an impact, putting up 8 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards combined. Moving on to the offensive line again, Harlan Pierce from Rutgers is another name to know. This guy is a monster physically. 6 feet 8 inches tall and 340 pounds with an incredible wingspan of over 7 feet. He wears that classic neck roll and brings serious power to the trenches. Last season in the Big Ten, facing some elite pass rushers, he only allowed 1 sack. His Pro Football Focus grade was a strong 85.1. He's shown steady improvement every year, particularly in the run game, though he still needs to work on building up his anchor against power rushers. Another intriguing pickup is Shundendrick Powell, a running back out of Central Arkansas. Although he's smaller than a typical NFL back, standing just 5 feet 5 inches and weighing around 183 pounds, Powell is electric with the ball in his hands. Over the past 3 seasons, he consistently surpassed the 1,500-yard mark. In 2024, he rushed for over 1,300 yards and scored 14 touchdowns, while also hauling in 36 receptions for 318 yards and 3 more touchdowns. Athletically, he's fascinating. His 40-yard dash clocked in at 4.44, and his vertical leap was a jaw-dropping 45 inches. His agility drills didn't grade out quite as well, but that explosiveness pops on tape. His ability to burst through holes and break off long runs makes him a serious threat anytime he touches the ball. Now, flipping back to defense, we've got Maxin Hook, a safety out of Toledo. Hook was a starter for 43 games and earned all-conference honors 3 times. In 2024, he recorded 107 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 6 pass breakups. He's not the most elite athlete running the 40 slightly over 4.6 seconds, but he's a smart, instinctive player who always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Another player to keep an eye on is Brandon Johnson from Oregon. He's a smaller defensive back who projects best as a slot corner or a nickel. At 5 feet 9 inches and about 180 pounds, he's a quick, tough defender who isn't afraid to get physical. Johnson played in 8 games for Oregon in 2024, registering 45 tackles and 4.5 tackles for loss. Before that, he played at another major university, showing not just athleticism, but also strong academics. Finally, there's Montreal Johnson, a running back from Florida. Johnson is a big-bodied back at 6 feet and 212 pounds with an impressive college resume. Over 3 seasons with the Gators, he piled up over 2,200 rushing yards and 55 receptions. Despite dealing with a knee injury in 2024, he continued to perform at a high level, finding the end zone frequently. Back in 2022, he had a breakout year with 1,500 rushing yards, averaging 6.8 yards per carry and scoring 18 touchdowns, including a 75-yard run. He followed that up in 2023 with another strong season, posting over 1,000 yards and maintaining a 7.5-yard average per carry. In 2024, he again delivered, rushing for over 1,300 yards with an average of 8.2 yards per carry and adding 14 touchdowns. Despite a few concerns about ball security and some minor injury history, Johnson offers tremendous upside. He was ranked as a 26th running back in the 2025 draft class by one analyst, projecting him either as a late-round pick or a priority undrafted free agent. He's a powerful runner who isn't afraid of contact and has shown flashes of being a complete three-down back. Moving forward, one of the more interesting stories among the undrafted players is about a linebacker who originally played safety before making the transition closer to the line of scrimmage. He came out of high school as a four-star recruit, and during that time he was blazing fast, running the 40-yard dash in about 4.5 seconds. However, he never quite developed beyond that athletic baseline, kind of peaking early in his career. His relative athletic score landed at 787, which is solid but not elite. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing around 220 pounds, he brings a decent frame for a linebacker. His performance in strength tests was respectable, knocking out 20 reps of 225 pounds on the bench press. His vertical jump reached 33.5 inches, and his broad jump was good, clearing over 10 feet. He maintained an acceptable 40-yard dash time, but his other movement drills graded out as just average, and his arm length came in at 32 inches, which is fine but not outstanding. Statistically, he had a decent final season, recording 46 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks, along with forcing a couple of fumbles. Not a flashy player, but one who showed the ability to make disruptive plays when opportunities presented themselves. Coming out of a smaller program without a lot of national exposure and being a sixth-year senior from Oak Park, Michigan, he's definitely entering the league a little older, but sometimes that maturity and experience can be an asset when you are fighting for a roster spot. Another name worth highlighting is Maxin Hook, the strong safety from Toledo. His story is really impressive. He started 43 games at Toledo, and over the last 3 seasons, he registered 7 interceptions. That kind of ball production, combined with over 100 tackles in 2024 alone, paints the picture of a guy who was absolutely central to his team's defense. Standing 6 feet tall and weighing around 200 pounds, he combines decent size with the kind of aggressive mentality you want from a safety operating near the line of scrimmage. His athletic profile might not blow you away. His 40-yard dash was a bit over 4.6, but he's a gamer, someone who just finds a way to make plays. Hook was named All-Conference 3 times, and he's now 23 years old as he begins his professional career. He's definitely the kind of player you root for, someone who worked hard and earned everything through production and leadership. Given the recent success of defensive backs from Toledo making it to the NFL, there's a legitimate chance he can stick around and make an impact, especially on special teams early on. Switching gears, another intriguing player joining the team is Brandon Johnson from Oregon. Johnson split his college career between 2 programs and brings a level of versatility that's really valuable. Though he's a bit undersized at about 5 feet 9 inches and under 180 pounds, he plays much bigger than that. On the field, in 2024, he started 8 games for the Ducks, notching 45 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, and showing an instinctive ability to break on the ball. Academically, Johnson handled the rigors of prestigious programs, which shows he's not just athletic, but also disciplined and smart. At the pre-draft process, he impressed enough to earn a solid 40-yard dash time, but graded out with average marks in other drills. His overall relative athletic score sat at 657, which isn't spectacular, but isn't alarming either. He's definitely a fighter, and someone you could see finding a home in the nickel spot if he continues developing. And now, we get to a player I'm genuinely excited about, Montreal Johnson, the running back from Florida. Johnson might be the hidden gem of this entire undrafted class. Physically, he checks all the boxes at 6 feet tall and 212 pounds. During his 3 years at Florida, he racked up over 2,200 rushing yards, while averaging 5.5 yards per carry. He also caught 55 passes, showing some real dual-threat potential out of the backfield. Despite a knee injury during the 2024 season, Johnson didn't miss a beat. Back in 2022, he rushed for 1,500 yards on just 221 carries, averaging an astonishing 6.8 yards per attempt and scoring 18 touchdowns. His longest run that season went 75 yards, showcasing his home run ability. In 2023, he stayed strong, surpassing the 1,000-yard mark again with a 7.5 yards per carry average and 6 touchdowns, including a 95-yard sprint to the end zone. In 2024, even after dealing with some physical setbacks, he carried the ball over 160 times for more than 1,300 yards, averaging over 8 yards per carry in the competitive SEC and adding another 14 touchdowns. His skill set as a receiver should not be overlooked either. In his final 3 seasons, he hauled in over 30 catches each year, contributing another layer to his already versatile game, even though there are some concerns about occasional drops. The sheer production and efficiency make him a player worth investing in. Some draft analysts had him ranked as the 26th best running back prospect in a very deep 2025 class, projecting him as either a late 7th round pick or a priority free agent. Johnson has the traits to carve out a real role at the next level. He's a tough runner who isn't afraid to lower his shoulder and fight for extra yards. But he also has enough burst to break big plays when the opportunity arises. He could easily find a place in a committee backfield and be a valuable contributor on special teams while he earns more touches on offense. Now, speaking of the running back room, with questions about A.J. Dillon's neck injury lingering and all the excitement surrounding Will Shipley, it's clear that adding more talent to the backfield was a necessary move. Montreal Johnson could be exactly the kind of player who surprises people in training camp and preseason. The team also extended minicamp invites to a few more players worth mentioning. Wide receiver Darius Lassiter from BYU, tight end Malik Carr from Houston, and linebacker Joseph Vaughn from UCLA. These guys will get a shot to show what they can do, and who knows? Every year there are a few camp invites who turn into preseason stars and earn a spot on the final roster. As we wrap up this section of the discussion, I just want to emphasize how important it is to pay attention to these undrafted players. Every season, teams find real contributors among the ranks of players who didn't hear their names called. It's a testament to how deep the talent pool is and how crucial scouting, development, and opportunity are in shaping an NFL roster. We have seen undrafted free agents become Pro Bowlers and starters and even Super Bowl champions. It happens because these players carry a chip on their shoulders. They know they have to outwork and outshine to make their dreams come true. The team has clearly identified a group of undrafted prospects that fit what they're trying to build. Tough, smart, versatile players who are hungry to prove themselves. Whether it's Taylor Moore and flashing on special teams, Harlan Pierce anchoring the line, Shundendrick Powell breaking off big runs, or Montreal Johnson carving out a role in the backfield, these additions bring depth, competition, and energy to the roster. And let's be honest, nothing is more exciting than watching a player who wasn't even drafted step up and make an impact. It reminds all of us why we love this game, the underdog stories, the battles for every inch. In a stunning move that has shaken the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles have completed what is now the biggest signing in the franchise's history. The acquisition of Tyreek Hill. Known for his blazing speed, explosive playmaking ability, and elite route running, Hill has redefined what it means to be a deep threat in the modern NFL. His arrival in Philadelphia marks a new era for the Eagles, who are looking to solidify their offensive dominance in the highly competitive NFC. Tyreek Hill's journey to Philadelphia began with a whirlwind of rumors and speculations as teams around the league scrambled to make a pitch for the veteran wide receiver. But in the end, it was the Eagles who made the most compelling offer, landing Hill with a massive contract that not only reflects his incredible talent, but also the franchise's commitment to building a championship caliber roster. Hill's impact on the field is undeniable. A 6-time Pro Bowler and one of the fastest players in NFL history, he has consistently been among the league's top receivers. His ability to stretch the field with his speed and create big plays is unmatched, and he provides a dynamic weapon. For an Eagles offense that already boasts a potent passing attack led by Jalen Hurts, with Hill now in the fold, the Eagles are poised to be one of the most electrifying teams in the league, capable of breaking open games with a single play. The acquisition of Hill also comes at a crucial time for the Eagles. After a successful 2024 season that saw them make a deep playoff run, the team is hungry for more. Hill's presence will only elevate the already impressive offensive unit, giving Hurts a legitimate superstar weapon to complement his own skills. Whether it's stretching the field on deep balls or working the short to intermediate routes, Hill's versatility makes him a nightmare for defenses to game plan against. But Hill's signing isn't just about on-field production. It's a statement of intent from the Eagles front office, showing that they are fully invested in bringing home another Super Bowl. Hill's leadership, experience, and championship pedigree will be invaluable as the team navigates the tough challenges ahead. His presence in the locker room can provide mentorship for younger players, while his competitive fire will serve as a motivating factor for the entire team. This move also has significant implications for the NFC East, with the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders all making moves to improve their rosters. The Eagles have now ensured that they remain the team to beat in the division. Hill's addition gives Philadelphia a clear edge over their rivals, as they look to defend their NFC championship and continue their pursuit of another Super Bowl. As the dust settles on one of the most exciting transactions of the offseason, Tyreek. Hill's arrival in Philadelphia has fans buzzing with excitement. The city of brotherly love is ready to embrace one of the NFL's most electrifying talents, and the Eagles are primed for what could be a historic season. With Hill on board, the Philadelphia Eagles have just taken a huge step towards solidifying their place as one of the most feared teams in the NFL. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.